Hi, today we're doing a perfume sample session, and Lord, I have a lot. So me and my friend, we recently had a little bit of a sample order, a joint order, and we got to smell a lot of new scents, and I thought I would share my thoughts with you. Alongside this, I also have some other samples I wanted to talk about, the few I collected in the past, and I also have some that she gave me. So just so you know, there are a lot of samples here. Some of them are actually hers. I'll be giving them back to her. Since there are so many samples that I'm going to be talking about, I will not be reading all the notes because I know that my videos are really long to begin with. If you are interested in them, I will be putting them like as a picture on the screen, or I'll be pointing them out when discussing them if there's something I want to talk about in particular. But yeah, that's about it. I think we'll go straight into it. Let me show you what I have. So first, I have some samples my friend and I ordered from, I think it's ScentSplit or Split Scents, like, you know, that website, as well as Decantalize. And actually, just a note here, I actually really like the Decantalize website. They gave us 2 freebies, and I thought that everything was very well packaged. I have the Kayali Vacay in a Bottle Discovery Set. This is the one that my friend bought since she decided to buy one of them already. She gave me these. I have 2 really small samples from Odette Parfum, and I also have in here just a couple samples that I had from ScentSplit or whatever from the past. I think it's Split Scents. There's a ScentSplit in Hong Kong, I think. It's one or the other. You'll see a lot of these come in different sizes. I have some 5 mls. Actually, I really like these bottles. I have some 2 mls, and I unfortunately also have some in 1 ml, you know, without the spray, but with the daughter. It's not my favorite in terms of application, but it's just that I just really wanted to smell some of these, and we didn't really want to dish out, you know, like 6 USD, 7 USD, 8 USD for a sample. So for the ones that are a bit more expensive, we did go for these small ones. How about we start with the Kayali set? Looks like this. So in this set, you have Maldives in a bottle, Maui in a bottle, Capri in a bottle, and Marrakesh in a bottle. They are respectively Lang Coco, Sweet Banana, Lemon Sugar, and Orange Blossom. So actually, when my friend and I were looking at these, what interested us the most was the Sweet Banana scent. Not me in particular, but my friend Annabelle has been searching for a banana scent for a really long time, and I think she found it among all of these that I'm gonna show you today. I do like banana, but I'm not someone who, like, I wouldn't buy a banana perfume. I like to smell it on someone else, but I was really excited to smell some of these. But yeah, I think from what I remember, the standout from this was actually Capri in a Bottle, which is the lemon sugar one. But let's go ahead and give them a little sniff. You'll forgive me for having these really cut up sample papers. I normally snatch them from like the big mall, but I forgot to do that. This first one is Maldives in a Bottle. Let me pull up these notes. Alright, this one is not for me. I think it's specifically because I don't like Lang Lang. Is that how you say it? Lang Lang? It says in the notes there's rosemary, and I can smell it, but I smell just something really florally instead. I don't smell anything like banana-ish or coconut-ish. It doesn't smell summery to me. It smells a bit generic, I fear. It's not my favorite. I think people who might like floral scents might like this more because it's not too summer forward at all. Like I said, I don't smell like coconut milk or bananas. The next one I'm gonna try is Maui in a Bottle. I remember discussing with my friend about how we don't really smell the banana in this. I can smell the banana, but it smells a bit like a banana leaf, like a greenish kind of banana scent. And also, it's very overpowered by, to me, jasmine. I'm not really fond of jasmine either. Like, it could be okay, but this one is a bit overpowering. I'm wondering if on some people, the banana comes out a bit more. I remember when I sprayed it on myself, the jasmine came out more. Like, it was much more of a floral scent than like a tropical kind of scent. Like a fruity tropical scent. But I do smell the banana, and I do smell the coconut as well. It's just very jasmine forward, and in the background there is that coconut banana scent, but it's very mild, like a, you know, if you're smelling it, it's like the 10 or 15% in the background that you're sniffing. Next one is Capri in a Bottle. So you know how I mentioned in the past that lemon scents, like this is a lemon sugar scent. Lemon scents can be a bit risky. Citrus scents are very prevalent in cleansing products, and because of that, things can smell a bit toilety. I do think this one does it really well. Like, it doesn't smell like detergent or like toilety at all. I really like how this smells. It smells like bougie marshmallow, but instead of being strawberry or, you know, red fruit leaning, this one is more lemon leaning. And I think honestly, out of the two, I prefer bougie marshmallow. Maybe I'm biased because it evokes like a pink image, but this one is really, really nice. Would I buy it? No, probably not, because I already have bougie marshmallow, and I do think the scents overlap a bit, but it's similar to bougie marshmallow in the way it's very light, a bit creamy and sweet, but to me, not an overpowering sweetness. I know some people find bougie marshmallow really, really sweet, and they probably would find this one quite sweet too, but I've smelled sweeter. But yeah, out of the three I've smelled right now, and in my memory, out of the four of these, I think this is the one I like the most. I might go back and smell it in a bit. So the last one is Marrakesh in a bottle, and this one is orange blossom. So if you don't know, I'm from the south of France. Like most of my, like, not childhood, but like teenagehood was in the south of France. And orange blossom is a scent that I'm very, very familiar with because it is a very common scent there in like soaps, in like body wash, all these kind of things. And this smells exactly like that. I don't mind the smell of orange blossom. Just if you don't know what orange blossom smells like, it smells completely different from oranges, first of all. It also smells very clean, but I feel like it's not a particularly light scent. I don't know if it's just my experience, but if orange blossom is in something, I can always pick it up, and because of that I find it's a very distinct smell. But it might just be because I grew up with this scent, so I can recognize it very well. I think that because of my personal background, I think this Marrakesh in a bottle is very nostalgic smell. Like it reminds me of the south of France. I mean, it's meant to remind you of Marrakesh, but to me it's the south of France. I don't think I would pay for a full bottle just because it just smells it just exactly like the soap, like hand soap that like my parents would buy. But it is nice. It is nice. I'm re-smelling the Capri one. What's it called? Capri in a bottle, the lemon sugar one. And I do feel one distinction it has with bougie marshmallow is that it smells a lot more like lemon icing, like a buttercream lemon icing on a cupcake. It's reminiscent of that, but without the weight, the heaviness of butter. I would consider this a fruity gourmand. There is nothing in this that is reminiscent of the synthetic gourmand scent that is made in certain perfumes or scents, especially like in things like Bath and Body Works, that is like bready or yeasty or buttery. It's just sugary. All right, that's all 4 kayali ones done. Out of the 4, like I said, I do like Capri in a bottle the most, and I actually do like Marrakesh in a bottle. I wouldn't buy any of these, but I was really pleased to be able to smell this. Thank you to my friend for letting me try them. I thought we would go in sets, so what I'll do next is actually the 2 Odette perfumes. I only have them in dropper form, unfortunately. The 2 of them that I have are first Petit Gateau, and the other one is Madeleine. I really like Madeleines, like as a treat, so I was actually really excited for this one. These were bought, I believe, around January, December last year. First, let's do Petit Gateau. I fear I did just spill a bit of the Petit Gateau one. The perils of using these 1 ml droppers. But yeah, it is well saturated because of that, so let's let it sit a bit and then we'll go ahead and smell it. In the meantime, let's do Madeleine. Honestly, it smells good. However, it smells very, very subtle. It doesn't smell strong. Now, some people might like that, right? But I do recall these being a bit pricey because I think they're an independent like perfume maker. So Madeleine specifically has top notes of coconut, then middle notes of chantilly cream, coconut milk, and almond cake, and then the base notes are tonka bean and vanilla marzipan. And I feel I smell the almond and the marzipan the most. And it's like, it fades so easily. I don't think I can smell it anymore. Unless like my nose is like really right up close to it. That's too bad because if you like that kind of almond marzipan scent, I think you would enjoy this. It doesn't smell to me exactly like a Madeleine, but I can see the connection. I think I would have called it like almond cake or something like that. This Petit Gateau one is thoroughly drenched, so let's go ahead and smell it. So both Petit Gateau and Madeleine have very, very, very similar profiles. They both smell like almond marzipan. However, Petit Gateau smells stronger. And I know I spilt out more on this one. However, I do recall that being the case when I was smelling it in the past. I think Petit Gateau is also a bit more interesting because it doesn't smell just straight up like marzipan. I feel like there's something a bit creamier about it. They do smell really, really similar. I feel like if you wanted to buy one of these perfumes, you could get one like between these two, buying one of them would fill the same niche of scents. I think personally I like petit gateau a bit more though. But yeah, those are the Odette perfumes. I do recall enjoying them, but not wanting to buy a full size, but I think I could probably use these well. They have a very comforting feeling to them. One thing I want to know, they don't smell like that synthetic, fake, bready, yeasty scent, even though they're both named after cakes, which is to me a big plus. If you don't like almond or marzipan, I think that you might not enjoy these. But as always, you know, grab a sample if you're interested instead of committing to the full size first, just so you can see also how it performs on you. All right, what do we have now? So I have a few samples here that I had from the past as well as the new order we made together. There is a lot of things here, but of course, most of them are gourmands. I think you might have like noticed that I like gourmands, right? How about we go through the ones that are sprayable first? So among the sprayable ones, I have 6 of them. Let's go ahead and make our way through. The first 2 are the ones that my friend specifically bought, and they are from Hilde Soliani. Hi, just coming in here to say real quick, as I was putting these away for my friend, I noticed that I have mispronounced the perfumer's name. It's Hilde Soliani, not Solani, so apologies for that if you hear that coming up. Sorry. Donna Sentenza and new sipario. Let's try new sipario first. So if I recall well, this is meant to be a bit of a ananas, what do you call that? Pineapple, like pina colada type scent. I can definitely smell the pineapple. However, there's something in the background of it that I personally find a bit nauseating. Let me dig up the notes and see. Okay, I looked it up. I think it's the rum. I think that's what it is. It does smell really strongly like pineapple though. But I guess it's not strictly pina colada to me. I know pina colada is alcoholic, right? But like pina colada smells a bit creamier to me, while this is very ananas forward. Like it smells much more like pineapple than like the coconut aspect of it. Personally, I would not buy this. I don't really enjoy it that much, even though I really like pineapple. Not for me, I think. This one is Donna Sentenza. I only did 1 spray because my friend really likes this one, and I'll tell you why in a second. Banana milk. Like straight up banana milk. I used to, in like 2020, 2021, I used to always have banana soy milk in the fridge, and like I would drink a cup of it every morning, and it smells like that. Super nice. This is the banana milk fragrance. Like this is the one that I think her search is done. She should just get this. Now, I will say, the price is really expensive from what I remember, but I think it's really nice. Actually, I actually personally really like it too. Like I said, I don't buy banana. Like I don't want to smell like banana, but I really love banana milk, so I'm like very attracted to this as well. I do recall when I sprayed it on me, like on my skin, it smelled a bit more like foam bananas, you know, like the candy. I also like foam bananas, so I don't mind that too much, but something to keep in mind if you don't like foam bananas. But otherwise, on paper, and especially on her, more on her than me, the milkiness did come out really well. It's really pleasant. However, it also doesn't last very long. On me, I remember it was fading away within an hour, and on the paper, I felt like it disappeared quite quickly too. So for the price point, I don't know if it's worth it, but I don't know. If you have any banana milk scents, please drop them like as a recommendation so we can check them out. But I really like this one. This is right now, among all the ones that I've smelled, pretty up there. I think, should I put a ranking? You know, I'll give you a ranking, but right now this one's really up there. I'm gonna put the ones that I like to the side. Next up we have Federico Cantelli Gourmand Power. With a name like Gourmand Power, you expect it to hit, right? This was one that I was about to blind buy, and I was so happy to find on like a sample of, because honestly, now that I've smelled it, I don't want the full size considering the price, but I do still enjoy it. It smells very strongly of caramel, like straight up caramel. Not like the soft caramel of like a caramel latte or caramel chocolate candy. It just smells like the thick caramel syrup. If you like sticky dates, you probably will like this. But I think this smells better than sticky dates. So specifically in the notes, there's a panna cotta and a pear note. I don't really smell the pear at all. It's not fruity. And actually the panna cotta note is what interested me. But it does have that really nice really strong caramel creamy scent that doesn't smell it doesn't have that icky smell that I don't like. Sorry, I keep referring to this kind of synthetic bready weirdy scent. I don't know how to explain it very well. There's just a kind of gross nauseating scent that comes with certain gourmands, and it's always a compliment when I say it doesn't smell like that. This smells really good. It's just that it's not what I would spend. I think it's like quite expensive. It's like, for the price point, I wouldn't buy this. But if you really like caramel, or if you like sticky dates but want a kind of elevated version of this, maybe consider giving this a sniff and seeing how you feel about it. This next one is theodoros kalotinis pistachio latte. So you know, I really like pear gelato by theodoros kalotinis, and when I saw they released a pistachio latte one, like I think it was like sometime like last winter, I was like really tempted by it, but at that time there were no other perfumes I wanted to order samples of, so I kind of put it off until recently. And I saw a lot of people complain that it wasn't good, but you know, I was motivated to still try it because everyone says pear gelato isn't good, and that's one of my favorites, so let's see. I really like this. I will say it doesn't smell like pistachio latte specifically. I smell the pistachio, but I also smell almonds a lot. So if you don't like almonds, don't buy this. Like, I do smell the pistachio and I do smell the milkiness under. It's also very strong. Like, I think the other pistachio scent I have is pistachio gelato by Kayali. I don't think that's a fair comparison because that's definitely the gelato, like, you know, pistachio gelato, and I think that is a perfect scent for pistachio gelato. This is pistachio latte. The nuttiness comes out much more strongly on it. So some people, I'm sure, might have experienced this, but sometimes almondy, nutty scents can smell a bit like Play-Doh. I think to certain noses, this might smell a bit Play-Doh-ish. To me, no, but if someone told me, like, I can see what people would say. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I can smell the milkiness under the almond and the pistachio. I honestly really like it. I do recall when it was on me, the fade out was not as impressive as this, like how it smells now. Like, it becomes a bit more generic, a bit more synthetic smelling, a bit plasticky even. But the way it smells now is honestly such a dream for someone who likes like nutty scents. I think I like it more and more every time I spray it. This is also one of their, it's not, what is it? I think it's like 50 euros. Like, the price is pretty good. So maybe I'd consider it. When my mom comes to Hong Kong, maybe I'll ask her to cop it for me, I don't know. All right, we have these two big size ones, and they are from Decantalize. I want to point out I really like these bottles, really nice. So there are two here. The first is another banana one. As you know, we were like looking for banana scents, right? One is Banana Bliss by Paris Corner, which specifically has a really nice bottle, by the way. I'll put a picture up so you can see. I really like the design. And we also have Lattafa Noble Blush. These are both like Middle Eastern perfumes. Now I'm gonna do Banana Bliss first, just because I know I don't like it. One spray's enough, I fear. This one to me, I smell the banana. I smell like it smells a bit like a banana pie, which I really like. But there's also that sicky, nauseating scent that I don't like that is present here. And I feel that's something that comes up a lot in cheaper perfumes. However, not limited to just that, because I've smelled it in more expensive perfumes too. But I find it a bit off-putting. I do think that maybe my nose is just sensitive to that scent, but if you're someone who's not sensitive to that kind of stuff, like you smell the Bath and Body Works kind of stuff and you never feel like it smells a bit ugh, right? You will love this. I will also say that that kind of scent that I don't like fades out as it goes on, like it disappears. And that even with that scent present, I can smell the banana very clearly, and it smells like a banana dessert. It doesn't smell like banana milk like the other one. It smells more like banana bread, banana pie, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe even banoffee, something like with a bit of caramel. Is banoffee with caramel? That's with coffee. Ah, putain. Not for me, but I like the idea of it. Also, it's really affordable, and you know, so it depends. But that note in the background is something I can't deal with personally. Like, not on me. On someone else, I don't mind, but on me, I don't think I can. All right, The next one is Noble Blush. This is, I think, like a rose milk type perfume. I had my eyes on it for a while, and actually we have a Middle Eastern perfumery, like perfume store really close to where I work. And I've been waiting for them to stock it, and they didn't stock it for a really long time, so I just went ahead and got a sample. To make it clear, I'm not going to buy full size, and this is not for me. However, I do think it has a very beautiful opening. You can smell the milkiness of like the rose milk, and you can also smell that kind of meringue scent. It's definitely very powdery and floral forward though. But I do think for something that is rosy, powdery, and floral, I know rose is a flower, but you know what I mean? I do think it has a very beautiful opening. I think it dries down to something a bit more generic, but it's the kind of scent if someone walked by smelling like this, I would really enjoy it. I think if you're someone who likes powdery scents, like powdery florals, but you also like a bit of a milky touch, maybe this might appeal to you. I think the price is also very affordable, but you know, try a sample or see if you can smell it somewhere first. But yeah, honestly, quite nice. And maybe not on me, but perhaps I'll be using this sample, like spraying it around my room or something like that. All right, with those being done, we only have, I say only, there's 8 left, but they're all in these kind of bottles, so they're a bit annoying. Some of these are really good, so prepare yourself. I have to mention, 2 of these came as freebies from Decantalize, so I'm gonna set them aside and we'll talk about them later because they're not the ones that I wasn't particularly interested in them, like I didn't order them, so we'll talk about them after, but the other ones we will talk about first. So we have some repeats here. First we have another Hilde Soliani, and it is crema di latte, and I think it's just like a milk perfume. I ordered this, I think maybe in autumn last year when I first did my order. I spilt it. I'm so bad at using these 1 ml ones. They always spill. However, I do remember this perfume very well because I like it. It's just a straight up photorealistic milk scent. Almost a bit like milk in a slightly powdery way. Like a bit powdery, but a bit vanilla-y too, but very milky. The main note is just milk. The reason why I did not buy this when I got the sample and I enjoyed it is because it doesn't have a strong sillage. Like you can barely smell it unless you're like this. And I just spilt this all over, right? I don't know if you can see. So the fact that I can't really smell it very much is not the best, considering that, again, I think the price is a bit expensive. Also, I have other milk scents already that are photorealistic. I have Chabot Les Concentrés, and I really love Les Concentrés, and it's also much stronger. So yeah, that's why I didn't buy it, but I do like it. If you can smell this, like if this is more accessible to you than Chabot, then you can go ahead and give it a sniff. It's quite pleasant. And you know, some people don't want something very overpowering. Maybe you want something that's more, is it what do you call them? Skin scents? Things that are like close to you. You might prefer this instead of something that's like going crazy. Next, we have 2 from theodoros kalotinis. The first is creme brulee, and the other one is a new one called peach macaron. I believe both of these are eau de parfum, pear gelato, and the other one we just smelled, which was pistachio latte, are a bit on the cheaper side, but these are kind of expensive. Let's do creme brulee first. This creme brulee one smells really good. You know how I mentioned there was a gourmand power one that smelled really strongly of straight up caramel, like very heavy caramel. This one, I thought when I smelled it that it was similar, but I just went ahead and compared them just now. And gourmand power is 100% much heavier. Creme brulee is it's to me a photorealistic creme brulee scent, and it's also lighter. Actually, I recall not really liking this perfume very much. Not really liking it, but not being that impressed by it back when I smelt it like half a year ago. But now that I'm smelling it here, it's super comforting. It's not heavy. It doesn't have that weird, you know, like scent that I don't like. I can smell the caramel and like the cream and the milk very well. The caramel is not like a very strong syrupy one either. I'm in danger because the more I smell this, the more I want it. Let's just think about. It has a bit of a nostalgic sense because obviously I can't eat creme brulee anymore because it's got milk in it. But I remember, you know what this smells like? It smells like the creme brulee la laitière. And because of that, you know, like okay, you'll put it. And because of that, it makes me a bit nostalgic. Like, it's a very comforting scent. I know scent is very different depending on the individual. For example, I find orange blossom a bit nostalgic. I find creme brulee nostalgic. You might not feel that way because you did not grow up around these scents, but that's how it feels like to me. I don't know if it's because I've been sniffing it for a while, but I feel like the scent has become less strong. It's probably because I've just been sniffing it for a while. So the next one by theodoros kalotinis is peach macaron, and I really like this one. I remember exactly how it smells like. Let me go ahead and dab it. Oh, it smells really strong. Like, I haven't, like, from here I can smell it. And I didn't spill it. Peach yogurt. Like, you know those little pots of just peach yogurt with the chunks of peach in them? It smells exactly like that. It smells very light, very bright as well. Summery because I smell peaches, and there's that slight sour tang of yogurt, but sour in a good way. I really like yogurt, so. You know, another yogurty perfume I had was Heavy Cream by Fleur. It doesn't smell like that, but I can't really describe it other than saying it smells exactly how the peach yogurt tastes like. Like, it's the same thing. And I actually really want it, but it's really expensive. Especially now that I also like the creme brulee one. Honestly, theodoros kalotinis as like a house, I guess. Is that what you call them? Like a house, like the brand? I really like most of their perfumes. I've tried 4. I've tried pistachio latte, pear gelato, peach macaron, and creme brulee, and I like every single one of them. Some of them I like more. All of them I kind of want to buy. So I'm kind of scared of what they have, like what they're releasing, because it's the kind of brand where I think to myself, oh yeah, I probably will like that. Like, I trust this guy. Like, he's gonna cook up something slay, you know? I will say just one thing, is that this is not called peach yogurt, it's called peach macaron. It doesn't smell like macaron. Like I said, it smells like yogurt instead. But I recall on the dry down, there's something a bit more macaron-like, a bit more almondy that does come out, but it's very soft. It's not like very strong. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't smell like macarons if that's what you want to buy this for. So you know how I said theodoros kalotinis? I kind of like trust them. Like, everything I smell from them, I really like. Well, there's a brand, if you know me, if you watch these, you might know, that I don't trust, but I'm always compelled to try, and that is Snif. So Snif do their own samples, but since I'm so compelled to not trust them, I wanted to buy the smallest sample possible, so I bought the 1 ml of Sweet Tooth. Let me just give you a brief background about like my feelings with Snif. The first Snif perfume that I ordered was Creme Couture, and I didn't like it. It has that nauseating, vomity, sicky scent in the background that, honestly, sorry, I'm being mean. I want to make it clear, if you like Creme Couture, that is great. It's just that there is that note that for some people, they pick it up and it smells really good to them. You know, perfume's quite subjective. For me, I really wish I could smell that bready, buttery scent, but to me, it just smells nauseating. I literally cannot deal with it. And yeah, so I thought that was a Creme Couture thing, but every single perfume that I've had, like tried from them, all have that DNA in it. So I've just called it the Snif DNA. It just smells like that. You know how like there's a Lush DNA, there's a Bath and Body Works DNA. This is the Snif DNA. And some people really, really like that scent. To me, like I said, I really don't. So I've actually tried several other things from Snif. I think I've tried Tarte Deco, the worst one. I didn't actually buy it, my friend had it. Tarte Deco, didn't like. Extra Whip, which was a mist, so I gave it a shot. Not bad. I think that's the best one that I own for now. I use it at night and it lasts quite long. So that one I do like, okay? However, it's also like, I feel like you get better ones elsewhere, especially for the price. Okay, moving on from that. There was like a, what was it? Like a purple one, ube kind of purpley one. Did not like how that smelled. Like, I don't know what people are smelling with that, but And then finally, there was also Hilde, which is actually one of the samples that I got given from the Cantellis. That one does smell pretty good. It smells like chai. So the reason I'm still giving them a try is that, first of all, they do different things. For example, Extra Whip was their first mist, not perfume, so I wanted to try that. And for this one, Sweet Tooth, it's not like a pastry or anything. It's not meant to be like milky or bready or buttery. It's just meant to be candy-like. And I have such a strange experience with this. So when I first got this, I applied it right here, right in my elbow area, and I thought it smelled amazing. I was really shocked because it smelled just straight up like watermelon gummies. You know, this really, I don't know what to say, this sour watermelon gummies. And that is exactly what I would have wanted from it. It smelled so, so good. I was so impressed. And my friend also thought it smelled exactly like that when she smelled it later too. And actually in that moment, I was like, uh-oh, I'm gonna have to buy a full size. This might be my first full size sniff. Like, I was ready to go and buy it. I just thought, I'm gonna buy it 100%, just not now. Then that night, since I had showered, etc., I really wanted to smell it again because I really like the smell. I applied it here, like in this area. The reason why I'm applying in these flat areas is because I apply with the long thingy, right? And it smelled so bad. I got a whiff of that sniff DNA. No watermelon at all. I don't know what happened. It was like smelling something completely different. And it smelled so bad. I went and washed and scrubbed my hand. And then even then, I kept like getting whiffs of it. And I was just like, oh, it smells so bad. And I literally don't know how that's possible for the same scent to give two completely different impressions. Maybe it's because they were applied in different areas, maybe it was the time of day, I literally don't know. But yeah, I actually reapplied it yesterday and I got a third experience of it not being good but not being bad, just being something I didn't care about. So I'm actually really interested to see how I feel about it today. I'm actually also going to apply this on my wrist just to see if, like, is it me? Like, what's going on? Yeah, right now, watermelon sugar candy. And it smells really, really good. It smells light, summery, fun. A tinge of like sourness. But by the way, the watermelon smells like watermelon candy, so synthetic watermelon. It smells watery because of that, I guess. It smells delicious. I really like it. This is what I was smelling. But on me, there's something, it's like my skin, like the way it interacts with my skin brings out this completely different smell that smells like, it smells like sniff DNA, and I cannot. I guess this is an important lesson in don't blind buy, because even if it smells good, and even if the person who's describing it to you is not like me, but rather someone who's extremely eloquent and able to accurately describe scents in just a few words, it might not smell like that on you. So please try things on your skin. All of these, by the way, I have tried them on my skin. So the one with a really vast difference is this one, which is why I'm specifically pointing it out. So yeah, unfortunately, I will not be buying this. Actually, fortunately for me, save my money. But it's too bad because I really like how it smells on paper, like, or like how it initially smelled on me, like the first time I sprayed it. I don't know what was that about, but it's too bad. I just feel like it's too bad. We're running out of paper. We have 4 last ones, 2 that I bought and the 2 free ones. The first is Michela Miseretti Parfum. It's Lick Me. I've heard a lot of people speak about this in like the gourmand perfume space, and honestly, I'm not impressed by it. We'll just do this very quickly because the main thing I have to say about it is that I can't smell it. Like, it smells so weak. You know how I was mentioning that some of these perfumes don't have a very strong sillage or like fade very easily? This one is like crazy weak. I don't know if like I got like a super watered down version of it, but I don't think Scent Split waters down their perfumes. It's crazy how like I just don't smell anything. Like, I was wondering if it's just me. By the way, I put a lot on this. I don't know if you can see. There's a lot of it on this. And I don't smell anything. I think that's a bit disappointing for a perfume. I literally don't have anything else to say about it because I don't smell it. Last one is from Jousset, and it's Accident à la vanille, Madeleine de Proust. It's a long name. I know they have a lot of Accident à la vanille. The Madeleine de Proust one is the one that has, I think, a peach or apricot note in it. I really like this. This is a perfume that does that bready note perfectly. Like, I'm wondering if this is what people smell when they smell things like creme couture. I get a bit of a really yummy, a bit like a bakery scent to it. I can imagine like having like madeleine with some like cream and like maybe not peaches, but like peach jam or something with it. It smells very, very, very nostalgic, and that's actually a good thing because it's called a Madeleine de Proust. I don't know if you guys know what a Madeleine de Proust is. Proust being like the author, Marcel Proust. It like means that wave of childhood nostalgia that you get from things. So this being nostalgic is good. I think that Madeleine de Proust, it's called Accident à la vanille Madeleine de Proust, but I think the Madeleine de Proust part is a great way to describe this because it does, to me, evoke the smell of a Madeleine. It does evoke also a childhood memory, like a nostalgia for like le goûter à 4 heures, you know? In France, people would like at 4 p.m. you'd have like le petit goûter. It smells like that. I really like it. Would I consider a full size? Not really, I think, but it's a kind of thing where I would like to smell it again and again. Honestly, there's a lot of nice perfumes out there. Okay, those are all the ones that me and my friend personally bought. I'm gonna just take a look at the 2 freebies. The first one is one that I mentioned. It's Snif's Healed Away. I already smelled this because my friend actually bought Healed Away. It's, I think, like it's meant to be another pistachio perfume. It's honestly their better perfumes. I don't have that really weird nauseating smell. I smell pistachio, but to me it smells mostly like chai. And I like chai. So I think I'll actually be using this pretty well. Let me just compare to Pistachio Latte. Healed Away smells much more spiced, while Pistachio Latte smells much milkier. I also do think I get more almond pistachio from this, and I have no almond from Healed Away. I do think in terms of sniff perfumes, Healed Away is by far the best one that I've smelled. The others literally don't come close, just because this one doesn't have a sticky smell. What can I say? The very last one is one I've never heard of before. It's Sakina by Lattafa. Honestly, very interesting, but 100% not for me. It smells extremely alcoholic. Like not like the alcohol of a perfume, but as in like a wine or something like that. And I really don't like that. I think I just don't like that kind of smell because I recall I didn't like that kind of rum scent in the other one. It's literally all I can smell, and it's a bit like I honestly don't like it. I wish I had something more interesting to say about it, but that's all I can smell. Let me pull up notes. I'm interested because there's no like alcohol notes among these notes, so I have no idea what I'm smelling. And there's also toffee praline in the base notes. Well, I guess I haven't felt it's like smelled the dry down of this, but there's something almost like fermented about it. I'm not sure. It's definitely not for me. So those were all the perfumes and all the samples I tried today. Of course, I didn't buy all of them just now, but yeah. There are a few that stood out to me. The first being Donna's Sentenza, which is the banana milk one. Just because it's like a banana unlike all the other banana scents I've smelled. And I feel like we smelled a lot of banana scents. I tend to like scents that maybe some people would consider juvenile or simple, but I don't like having extra depth for maturity. And I feel like this just smells just straight like banana milk, and I enjoy that. The other ones are all like theodoros kalotinis Party. We have Pistachio Latte that I really, really like. Peach Macaron that smells so strong, by the way. Out of all of these that I'm smelling, Peach Macaron is like really, really strong. And finally, surprisingly, theodoros kalotinis creme brulee, which I still really like. I don't think I would buy it, honestly. I'm having new appreciation for it. And finally, the last one that I really liked is Jousset Accident à la vanille Madeleine de Proust, which is a very unique scent and also the only bready scent that is done properly without feeling sick to me. I hope you enjoyed watching me sniff all these perfumes, I guess, and maybe perhaps you got inspired to maybe try sampling one of them or heading over to a local store to see if there's any of these available that you can sniff. But yeah, that's all from me today. If you have any recommendations for some other perfumes you think I might enjoy, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!